Welcome back to the channel, guys. Wanted to talk about a couple players that I taught recently. Both had the tendency of, being in a conventional, I would say, neutral setup. So square hips, square feet, square shoulders, where that's not going to be the best setup for everyone. When we looked at this player specifically, actually both of these players, we had to adjust their setup baseline to match how their body moves, which is so important in the golf swing. Making sure you got the right setup based on how you move is key. This player, actually, the feedback at the end, I just finished with him. He said it was nice that it fit how he thought about it and it fit his swing versus, going in a direction that didn't really match how he wanted to move. So the key for these players were their tendency as they came down, the club would get too far outside the ball, pretty common. So what we did for them was get set up, and we just adjusted their baseline so they were a little more closed. Both back foots were more turned out, which allowed this back hip to have a bit more internal rotation, or it saved some rotation until they got to a little further back in their backswing. Obviously, if my toe is kicked way in, when I get to there, like right there, I start to feel that limitation of how my hip wants to rotate. If I kick this toe open and I drop it back, you can see, so I don't feel anything until right there. So that's a massive difference in how much my pelvis is rotating. Again, this is for players that have a tough time turning into your backswing. If you're already overturned, this is not the right one for you. Again, matching it to how you move. So these players, they dropped the foot back, kicked the toe open. That allowed their right hip to move a lot more behind them. And then right away with that feeling, they were able to come more from the inside, starting off slow. Obviously, if I do this, I'll try to demo it. It's going to be a lot more into out, just because for me, I don't need that baseline that far right. But for these players, it was massively important. Changed how they actually felt through the swing. They could start to use their pivot through impact, first time in a long time. Obviously, if you're out this way, you're not really incentivized to turn your body through. This player today, he felt like he got to the top, felt the right arm get actually a little bit more connected to his side, and then he was able to pivot through way more aggressively. Actually picked up 10 miles an hour with his driver today, so super excited for him. Use that, make sure you're making the adjustments to your baseline in your setup to match how you move. Obviously, if you need more instruction or direction with that, I'd be happy to help. You can book a session if you check the description below. Been helping lots of players, again, customizing their swing for them, which is the best part of this game, making it a lot easier for you to be successful.